Welcome to our MathLinks webinar, Dig into Intervention Fraction Addition. As we all know, many students in middle school and beyond struggle with fractions. In this session, we are going to explore some fresh approaches that will make reteaching of fraction addition a positive experience for all. I'm Shelley Kriegler, one of the authors of MathLinks, and our presenter is another MathLinks author, Mark Goldstein. Take it away, Mark.
Thanks, Shelley. Let's get started. Today we're going to look at adding fractions with a few visual models and also some mental and procedural strategies for computing. Anyone who teaches mathematics knows that many learners struggle with fractions. Since we're reviewing fractions post-elementary school, we pose the material in a more mature way than students might see in elementary school. We feel compelled to use sense-making strategies for conceptual understanding, as research suggests. Remember that struggling learners often have a hard time memorizing procedures. Understanding concepts helps students remember procedures or retrieve them if forgotten. And we like to help focus students on recording techniques that are similar to the way they will be expected to record their work in algebra. When you begin working on fraction operations, make sure students have some of the prerequisite skills down. In a previous webinar, we used the fraction array for ordering and comparing fractions. Without some basic conceptual understanding of what fractions are, students probably won't have success operating on them in sense-making ways. Students really have to understand equivalent fractions, or creating fractions with common denominators won't make sense. We like to use the big one, as shown here. As we move forward, you'll see diagrams, mental math when appropriate, and of course, pencil and paper calculations. We'll look at 4 fraction addition examples that are sequenced in a developmentally appropriate way. Please view our webinar for subtracting fractions that can be integrated in with these problems to help round out a more complete addition and subtraction sequence. Let's get started on our first example, the most basic type, adding proper fractions with common denominators. Look at these pictures, an area model and a number strip, which acts like a ruler, which is a linear model. They should help students understand why it's important to combine like-sized pieces. Clearly, 1/5 plus 3 more fifths results in 4/5. We're going to move ahead and look at mixed numbers. It's important for students to recognize that a mixed number is the sum of a whole number and a fraction. Accentuate the "and" in 1 2/5 to illustrate that this is a combination of those two numbers. This is a classic example of what I like to call look before you leap. It might be tempting for a student to jump in and start making common denominators. Fine, but let's think about these numbers a little bit. Though it's not necessary to expand things out like this, we'll do it for emphasis. First, combine whole numbers. Then notice that 1/3 and 2/3 combine to form another whole. And then all remains is another 1/4. This is way easier to do mentally. Finally, let's use this story context and a picture and see how it plays out. You can see the 2 3/4 waffles and also the 1 1/8 waffles that we're adding. We're going to connect it to the picture as we record horizontally. Think about the meaning of mixed numbers. Combine whole numbers. Notice that we'll need like-sized parts in the picture, or common denominators. So we use the big one. And then we finish the process. If you like the change to improper fraction method, that's fine too. Change the mixed numbers to improper fractions. You can see the number of 4ths and 8ths here. Make common denominators in the picture and the calculation using the big one. And you wind up with the same result. Here are the addition problems we just did and where they might fit in a sequence that also includes subtraction. Remember to check out our subtraction webinar referenced before. Number 1, add and subtract with common denominators using pictures and mental math. Number 3, recognize that a mixed number is the combination of a whole number and a fraction. Number 4, add mixed fractions using mental math. And number 7, add mixed numbers with pictures and then procedures.
Thank you, Mark. That was great. The Center for Math and Teaching is the home for all MathLinks programs. These include comprehensive curriculum for grades 6 through 8, customized intervention programs, and professional development. For more information about our programs, please visit our website at www.mathandteaching.org. We hope you found this session to be valuable. Please feel free to contact us anytime, and thank you for joining us. See you next time.